How's it going, Helldivers? And today I really wanted to talk about a topic that I'm kind of torn on making because, on one hand, I can see this being true for a little bit, but on the other hand, I really don't want to have a moment like Cloud Strike and talk about how I'm mad about a certain thing only for it to come into the game or be the main focus the next day. So I'm not so heated to the point where I think it's doom or gloom. I just want to talk about a concern I have going forward in the storytelling department for Helldivers 2, because it really does feel like sometimes Helldivers is just a little too focused on the squids. Now, I know that this first entire year was kind of dedicated to their return, their meddling in the background, and kind of the cat and mouse games that we've been playing with them for a while. But now that they've kind of failed their attack on Super Earth and they are somehow conquering the south section of the galaxy, even though I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think sometimes Arrowhead understands logistics, because how can a remnant be so well armed and equipped that after a failed incursion on Callisto, multiple billions of lost assets, and after a massive loss of its greatest fleet, it still has the ability to control like 7 to 10 planets and terraform cities and stuff? I feel those story beats are coming back to back for the squids when, like, honestly, like, you could still have those story beats, but I feel like that should be something that comes over time a little bit and not just back to back, because, like, I mean, bro, these are the remnant forces of a lost empire. I don't know how they have all this power, but that's really besides the point. What I really want to talk about is I want Arrowhead to kind of shift the focus a little bit in the way of the bots or the bugs, because it does feel like the squids have become kind of the main character, and a lot of the side stories that you would a lot of the other factions just become side characters to it. Now, I've always said that the bugs are not so much my favorite faction, and that the automatons really are the kind of bread and butter and the thing that I love to play against. I love the vibe. I love their aesthetic. I love fighting them. I love the lore possibilities that you can go with them, the story beats that you can go with them. But for the bugs, they've had kind of a huge thing in the background, with the gloom being this ever-present cloud of mystery and evolution for bugs that have been stuck within its area of effect. And we've even seen some of those strains start to come out of the gloom, and it's, besides that, yet to grow. We've done like 2 or 3 incursions into it, and besides those 3 things, we've done really nothing with the gloom. I really do hope that in the near future, I mean, I've heard leaks and stuff about it, but I try not to watch leaks because I'm not going to set my expectations too high from things that are not confirmed by developers. But I do hope that we start to see the other characters become, or the other factions become, more of characters and not just ways to fill in the gaps while we wait for more story beats for squids, because it really does feel like the bugs went from this ever-threatening presence that is constantly evolving, and even though this is where we get our fuel from them, that, like, we have this weird, like, parasitic symbiotic relationship with each other where we need to be farming them, but they constantly are breaking out and evolving, making them an ever-present threat. And then with the gloom taking over a big chunk of the galaxy that's so potent and strong that we can't even, like, fly into it, just for it to go completely silent because we focused on squid so heavy. I want that focus to be going back on the bugs a little bit, to be honest, because right now it feels like the bugs are there for when we want to give a break on the squid MOs and we have to have them attack a bunch of random planets for no reason, or two, if we need to farm E710, which, hey, don't get me with a bad time. I love fighting me some bugs, okay? I like making maybe some oil for the war effort. But in the end, I do kind of play Helldivers also for the story, not just the gameplay, and I have been really engrossed in the story. So I would love to see the bugs become more than just a E710 farm MO faction. which then also lets me talk about the bots, because the bots really have turned into, and their MO is kind of the same this time around. However, it is a little bit different since, you know, one, we got amazing new units, a jet, something that got leaked and was hinted at before earlier in the year, which was jetpack Hulks, jetpack Devastators, and the Jet Brigade becoming more than just a kind of like soft sub faction. Besides, it really just felt like it was a different way for the bots to invade our planets. But now this feels like an actual sub faction that actually does blitz in the war and actually has a different way to play it. Because I'm gonna be honest, defense missions, if you guys have seen my streams, have actually become quite difficult because the bots can just jump right over the defenses, and so you'll have situations where it's literally your team, and you're not holding no longer the usual strat of, okay, we're gonna hold the inside wall so that they all have to funnel into one door. You're holding like the entire, your team is kind of spreading out as like a perimeter across this, like, the generators, because they could just jump right over the walls. So the throwing down sentries and everything doesn't kind of work anymore a little bit, which is a little bit interesting. It has made those missions a little bit more entertaining and not so much of a snooze fest of just throwing down a bunch of sentries and then letting them do all the work, and then you go to sleep and wait for the mission to end, which I appreciate. But like I said, the automatons, on the other hand, haven't become a farm E710 simulator for MOs, but they've become a, hey, the automatons are attacking, defend 4 planets, defend 6 planets, stop the invasion. And I know the automatons have much more potential than just they're assaulting a set number of planets, you have to stop them. I think there's so much more you could do, so much more interesting things you can do with them. Like, for example, it'd be cool if it's like, hey, deep sensor arrays and spy networks or whatever have discovered that there's actually a specific infrastructure building. Let's say it's like a special unique facility for training or building a special kind of bot. You need to go there and stop it, because if you don't stop it, then the automatons, who have been trying to build this unique special legion since the Deep Mantle Forge, will be able to be one step closer to it. Because it kind of feels like that story arc, even though we kind of shitted on the bots, thankfully, you know, for all my bot divers out there, me included, we kind of, you know, handle business with the bots and don't let them really get anything. They weren't able to get the Severin sector facility or factory infrastructure locked down. Every time they've taken the Deep Mantle Forge, we've taken it right back. The only thing that they've been able to do is just rebuild the factories for the Jet Brigade back on Aurora Bay. So I understand that we have been kind of a big wrench in their side, but it does feel like the automatons, for someone who has like so much potential, not just unit and gameplay wise, but story wise, kind of has no character really in the story besides hey, we're still here, we're attacking a bunch of planets now. And I want the faction to feel more than just that. I do hope that no one takes this as me shitting on Arrowhead, me shitting on Helldivers, because 1, I absolutely love Helldivers. 2, Helldivers is an amazing experience, so probably one of the best live service games out there. There is no real predatory microtransactions in this game. You pay what, $40 to $60 depending on what edition you get, and you get all this content for free. When if I went to go play any other game, I'd be forking over another $11, another $20 here and there, another $15 there. Oh, maybe I might have to spend, if I wanted the visor up or change the color, I might have to spend $10 for that ability. But with Helldivers, it's all free, and a lot of the times, you know, I don't think Arrowhead gets the amount of flowers that they deserve for being probably like one of the few developers out there who don't try to gouge their community when they easily could. So I really don't want this video to come off as me shitting on them. I just want it to come off as I'm trying to point out something that I feel is a little bit unfair, because I am a little tired of playing against the squids. Squids have become boring from a sense for me, as in like I've fought them for like a month and a half straight almost, so I kind of would like to take a break from the evil machinations of the autocratic squid illuminates, and kind of do something a little bit more basic, like a ever evolving monster that we have to farm and keep around, so we can't fully eradicate them, but you know, we have to keep on getting better and better technology to try to subdue and control them. You know, that's something that I would love to explore story wise. So hopefully, Arrowhead, you can take this criticism and maybe implement it, or maybe you've already knew that you were gonna do this, and the next day after this, the next MO after this video drops, there's going to be a huge focus on the gloom, or there's going to be a bunch of new bots that are coming that are going to involve some kind of major arc that for the automatons. I have no idea. I really don't look at the leaks, and this video may be made obsolete the very next day, which I hope so, because I don't like being right about this or anything. I don't want to be like, yeah, I got him. You know, I'm not trying to farm anything. I just really want the game to be the best it can be. So tell me what you guys think down below. Do you think I'm correct? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think you're happy with how the story's coming out? Or do you wish that there was a little bit more focus on other factions? Or are you someone who likes the squids, so you actually don't mind being a little bit of a focus on the squids? Tell me down below. If you guys are looking for a Helldivers 2 community to play with, we do have the 2nd Liberation Battalion. That's going to be the Discord link down below. It's going to be like one of the first links you see. Join it. Got some unique things that happen in there, as well as I try to talk in there a lot, and one of the best ways to keep up to date with the channel and the stream and everything else. So thank you guys once again for watching. Be safe and don't drown.